Yeah,
Okay. Automatically the meeting has ended because something called
yeah,
for
yeah. 40 minutes.
problem.
40
Uh,
minutes.
I'm actually sorry for this.
No problem.
11 participants. We have got 11 participants. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to show some real world example of pandas. Uh, how I used pandas in some research cases in the at the end of these sessions. After 1 hour later, I think. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so first of all, what do you have to do? You have to call pandas first. You have to call pandas first. Import the pandas library. How do you import? Import pandas as PD for short form. For example, you can have a large package name. Someone created a large package name. Will you always call this name? Will you write PD, go to the PD and read the CSV file and read the CSV file? Isn't it difficult? That's why that is why we always short form packages by by our company name. I have given the company import pandas. Okay, okay. I have run this code. This will be my markdown. Okay. Now I have import. I want to import my CSV file. Okay. How do you import CSV file? You write pd.csv. For example, you have Excel file, not CSV file. So how do you import Excel file? You will go to the how to you can search it how to import Excel file, Excel data in Python pandas. You will write like this pandas. Okay. What do you have to do? Read Excel. What do you have to write? In this case, I have read CSV. I have read CSV file because I have a CSV file. What do you write for Excel file? You write Excel. EXCL. Okay. Since it is not Excel file, there will be error. Okay, because there will be error. It will say what error you have done. Unsupported format corrupt file, something like this. Okay, since it is a CSV file, we'll learn after what Excel file is. It is a CSV. I will write CSV. Okay, I have opened this data. After you have saved the whole data frame, this is called data frame in Python. The whole data frame, I have saved all the whole data frame into a single single variable called data frame. Okay, then hello, are you there?
Go ahead. Go ahead. We
Okay,
hear you.
Yes, yes.
I think it has ended again. Okay. Now, okay, I have opened this. So this is the column of your Excel file. Okay, this is the column. This is your column. Those are the rows. I have 80 rows and 12 column. There is a 12 column and there is all the rows. Okay. For example, I want to see the first rows of my data frame. What do? You write df, your data frame. Go to your data frame. You give a dot sign. You write head. Head is a function. Okay, head. You'll give a comma. First 10. I want to see the first. What is in my first? What is in my first row? Okay. 10 you'll write it. Now only the first 10 rows will show up. Okay, only the first row 10 will show up. You want to see the 20 rows, you'll see the 20 rows. Okay, for example, but the limit is 60. I think 60, the limit is 60. Okay, 60. After 60, for example, after there is 60 row you have, there is a 60 row you have. It has started with 0 because int 6 always 0 in Python. After see, for example, you want to see extra, it won't show you because you will show a look like last 5 and last 5. Okay, first 5 and last 5 dot dot dot. There is something first. If you write the tail, if you want to say what is in the last 10 rows, what is the last 10 rows of my data frame. If you have to write tail, head. What is head for? Head is for first rows. You write tail for last. I'm writing, I want to see the last 10 data sample or rows. You write df tail. If you write df tail, you'll see the last rows, 799, the last 10 rows of your data frame. Okay. Achha. Then, okay. You read Excel file by, I have commented it. You read Excel file by read Excel thing. Look, .xlx, this is Excel file. I want to see the first 3 data frame of mine. Okay, for example, I will comment this. Okay, let's example comment this. So it will never run. I want to see my Excel file. Excel, print Excel. Okay, fine. So first of all, what is my Excel file? Okay, you will go, if you click this thing, it will show up your directory. Okay, it has gone to this so far long. This should be set. And then you will go to Python code. You will go to day 2. Python master thing. Here is my data frame. Here is my data frame. CSV file, text file, XLX file. I'm going to read this. Okay. But if you have, remember, if you have the data set into another folder, not in the Pandas data folder, you have to go to, what do you have to do? You have to give the path line of this. For example, this could be in desktop file, a file, dan file, a file. Then you'll get this, your data frame. Okay. Now, since this is the Pandas master data folder, so I'm going to read by only by quotation. Okay. So what you will do, how to read Pandas data frame in another folder. Okay, in another directory or folder, another directory. You can search this directory in Python. Okay, I'm going to see the solution in a Stack Overflow. So you'll write Stack Overflow. Okay, overflow. All the solution that is in the Stack Overflow will come. Okay, how to open my files in the data folder in Pandas using relative directory. Okay, for example, so what you do, for example, you have some data set into this folder, data folder. You write // your desired data folder dot data.csv. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Okay, for example, you have a data set. I have a data set where I have a data set into where is it? Oh, so many data set here. Okay, so for example, weather 21 CSV. Okay, I'm going to see the path directory. I want to open weather 21 in my latest data frame. Okay, I'm going to see the directory of it. Okay, this is my directory. So what I'll do, copy. I'm going to my Pandas data frame. Yeah. Okay. For now, let's delete this. So in quotation mark, we'll do dot slash yeah. What is saying? No such directory, no files like this directory. Why? Okay, for something wrong, I think. Okay, I'm going to show another easy example. Okay, some mistake I have done here. I think, I guess I have done some mistake here. For example, I have a data. I need to see. Okay. Okay, this would be a very easy example, I think. Okay. So in Dengue folder, I'm going to Dengue folder and opening jan.csv, or I mean January CSV file. I want to open January CSV data file. Look here. Now what happened? I have got in another directory data into this data, because in Pandas data frame, I do not have january.csv. It is in the another directory. It's another folder. If I want to open another folder data file, I have to give the path direction. So what is saying? Go to the user, go to the Ridoy, which is always you go to the desktop. Then go to the desktop Dengue folder and go to then slash open the january.csv file. Is it understandable? Uh, Is it okay? Are you on? Do you understood this?
Could you repeat this point again?
So if but I would suggest that I would suggest put your data frame, put your data sets where data set the folder where you do your analysis, where do you open your Jupyter notebook file, because it is very easy, only writing this data frame name. Okay, you don't have to write this. Just delete this. Okay, so I'm going to open the Excel file. So I have written read.excel. Okay, what he is showing to us that the Excel file, the Excel data frame here. For example, you want to read the what? You want to read the text data frame. Okay, text data frame. You will write read.text CSV. You will write the CSV file, and there is a function called delimiter, and put all the text data frame by T. A /T means divide those by space. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, it is a text data frame, but it is I always suggest do your analysis with CSV file. It is very easy. Okay, let's comment this. Okay, here is my CSV file. Okay, pandas.csv. Okay, there's my CSV file. Can clear all this thing again. Do same analysis. That's Pokemon data CSV. Okay, I've got Pokemon data CSV. Printed it. Should be like this. Okay, you have Pokemon data. 5 rows will show up first. So, if you want to know the columns, what is your column names? What you will do? If you'll write dev.columns, all the columns then will show up. All the columns then. Those are the columns name. Okay. If you want to reach every column, for example, I have a column name. I have a column name type 1. I have a column name HP. I want to read only name column, all the rows of name column, type 1 and HP. So what I will do, I will comment it. I will comment out it. So what is this? You have got each column, only 3 column of your data set. How do you do it? How do you do it? You write your data frame name, df. You write your data frame name and df. It is your data frame, and you put a third column. You put a third column and you write your desired column name. You write your desired column name. For example, if I write here quotation mark, I want to find all the names of all the name column. I will write NAME. Only what will show up? All the rows of the name column will show up. For example, you want to read the 2 rows, then you have to always you have to put second bracket again, third bracket again, and you'll write I want to read HP file. HP. You will end it second bracket. Then what they are saying, HP is not in the index. If you mistake something, column name, it will not show up. So I have my mistake was HP. It will be HP. It should be exactly matched with the column. Now only 2 rows have been shown. Okay. So we read by data frame. We go to the data frame first, then give third bracket. For single column, we write only the column name. For multiple things, we do it by again by third bracket. Okay. For example, for a single column, I will write this thing. But you cannot do it. For example, I will read HP. Okay. HP. So wrong. It would be wrong because you want to read 2 column by a only third bracket. You have to put you must have put second third bracket here for reading multiple columns. Okay, this thing. If you want to read each row, how do you read each row? For example, I want to read. I am going to say, go to my data frame, which is my whole data frame, the data set. Go to the data set and you use this ilog function. Ilog. There is something called ilog. Log function. You give the start index colon. You give the end index. So what will happen? It will show up only the first row of your data. If it will show up only the first row of your data frame, only first 4 row to show up. If I want to read only 100, first 100, I will start 0:100. There is 100 rows. There is 100 rows. The first 5, the last 5, and the something and in between are in this and dot. There is 100 rows and bar columns. You can also save it. For example, I want to save the first 100 rows in a variable called the first 100. Okay. Now the first 100 will become another data frame. I mean another data set. Okay, let's see. If I write again the first 100. Look at it. Look There is no df thing because I have saved the first 100 rows of my original data frame into another data frame called first 400. Okay, it has become another data frame. You can do also anything with you could have done with the others. Okay. Okay, we have understood this. I think we have understood this. Okay. So you have to put ilog function. Log means go to the rows number 0 colon hundreds. Okay. The next thing we learn, if we want to know the index row in the data frame, what we do? We write, go and print index and row name. Okay. Print index and row name. Print index and row name. There is see here, name index is not defined. What is index? Index is not defined. So I'm going to say, for example, yeah, look at here. It will give you the index of your range. Start 0 or start with 0, stop with 100. There is 800 rows. I think it's not useful. Okay, let's omit this. Okay. This thing is very useful. This is the very most useful thing we're going to run. Okay. For example, I want to go, let's open my data frame again. I want to go type one column and I want the all thing called grass. That means if there is someone called grass in the type 1 column, print all those. Don't care about others. Okay. I want to make a data frame. I only concern about grass name in the type 1 column. Okay. So what you'll do, you'll write the log function, not ilog function. You write log function. df.log, you give a third bracket. You say, okay, I have gone to the data frame. I have gone to this is the column. Remember this is the column. Okay, let's see. Type 1. I'm going to this type 1 column by third bracket and column name. This is, look, this is the whole value, all the values in the type 1 column will show up here. Okay. Now you say you do some logical things. Yesterday we have learned this. Find anyone call. If it matches, if someone matches with grass name, show up this. For example, it will show up, but fire named in the type 1 column will not show up. Rock name will not show up. It will not come. Okay, let's see what happened. So in here, all the name all the name called grass in the type 1 data frame has showed up. All the name 7. We have got only 70 instances of in 800 rows. In 800 rows, we have 70 grass. Someone called grass or something called grass. We have 70 example or 70 rows with grass. So look here. You can also save it. Let's call it grass. This is a grass data frame. The type 1 data frame. Okay. You can also save it. You can also see it. Now, for example, I'm going to see, I want to know all the poison, how many poison they are in the type 2 column. Okay, what do you write? You write type 2, the column name. Look at the space here. You must have to give it. Okay, space. There is, it will not show up if you miss it. Okay. I want to know all the example of poison. Someone called poison. So I'm going to see poison. Right, poison. Okay. So I'm concerned about type 2. Look here. Type 2. Look at the type 2. Go to the type 2. Someone matches with poison, show up them. You do by not a equal sign. You must have to put a logical equal sign here. Double equal sign here. So look at here. There is everyone is in this data frame. It's called poison, 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 poison. Okay. How many instances you have got? You have only got, I think you can do it by len function. Remember the len function? len. Len, you will give the third bracket here. You will give the third bracket here. Okay, only 34. Only 34. There is 34 poison in the type 2. For example, I'm going to say another interesting thing. I want to show up all the values less than, for example, 50. Show up all the values more than 50 in the attack data frame. In the attack data, not in the attack is not a data frame, it is a column. Okay, attack. So I'm going to say, okay, go to the attack data frame. df log, df, this is the attack column, is the attack column. I'm going to do some logical things here. Show me all the values less than 50 will show up. All the values less than 50, sorry, I'm very sorry, less than, greater than 50 will show up. Okay, let's see. Now 45 will not print. 45 will not print. 50 will not print. All the values 40 will not print, will not come into this data set. All the values greater than 50 will come. Look at here. Attack 62, 82, 152. Every value is now, you have got only 613 instances. Remember, we have 800 rows. Now we have got the 170 rows have gone because I have done some logical things here. If you want to show me up all the values less than 50. Now I have got 133 rows. All values in attack column is now stop. I think it will again end, but I'll join again. Don't worry. All the values less than 50 will show up now. Okay. Okay. For example, I want to find how many false or true in legendary. I want to find how many false and true in the legendary. Okay. So I will do some comparison because it is not a number. Okay. I'll write here false or true. Let's first say true. Okay. Is there any true in this column? No true. Everything is false. Okay. No true. How do I know? Because there is no data. If you write false. Oh, sorry. It should be the legendary column. The legendary column. What is my column name? Legendary. Okay. Legendary. Be careful about this. So go to the legendary column. Okay. False. Find me false. False. You have to write this Boolean false here. Look, all the false have came. All the false. Only you have got 735 rows. Okay. If you write true, if you want true, you write what it actually saying. What it is actually saying. Okay. It is actually saying that go to the legendary column. Go to the log the data frame. Go to the legendary command and find something called true here. All the rows called true here. Okay. All the rows only 65. Only 65 true has come. Okay. No false. This is very important. Okay. You can do anything with this. you can do equals, not equal sign, it is a logical thing, greater than, less than, everything. Okay. Now, if you want to read a specific location, specific, you do it by df raw the this thing. For example, I want to read so what is doing, it's going to the Vanusa. It has come the Vanusa now. So what ilog does is it started with the index. Okay, it has gone the two row, and it has read the first column. Okay, you will find this. What is ilog in Python? Pandas ilog. There is some documentaries. Okay, Pandas cheat sheet ilog. What ilog does? Ilog does. What ilog does, it selects ilog indexer for the pandas is for integer location based indexing. Integer location indexing. For example, data is their data frame. For example, for us, it is now df. df ilog 0, it will read the first row of the data frame. First row. If you write 1, it will be second row because 0 started with index array 0 in Python. Okay, second 1. If you want to read the last row, you write -1. Okay, here is the thing, column, first column of the row. You want to read the first column of the row. So you put nothing here, give a colon and 0. I think when you learn by yourself, you will practice, you will understand this better. Okay, because there are so many things. I'm going to first. Okay, I want to short values. I want to, if you want to short values or describing values, you write there is something called short values. But I'm going to short values by column type 1 and HP by an ascending order. So the whole data frame in an ascending order. HP1 column, type 1 column and HP column is now ascending order. Okay, if you want to short something, you write short values. You give your data column name by third bracket. For two it is now third bracket. You put additional, but functions. You will get everything. You will get in everything in Pandas documentary. Pandas documentary. Okay. Python Pandas documentary. Python. Pandas documentation. Or you will find this what is your desire in your Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow has some solution. Look at the documentaries. Okay, you'll find the user guide API reference, data frame, Pandas array. Okay, Pandas data frame. How do you redo data? Okay, this is the Pandas. There is example, very convenient and easy example here. This is a column. How do you call column? Make column here. Pandas. Okay, Pandas attribute, Pandas access, everything. Okay, once you learn it and do something, you will get used to it. This is the Pandas documentation. Now, for example, I want to do some manipulation or math things in here. Okay, make changes your data. What is my data? What is my data frame? DF. You write DF. You got this. So what you want to do is, I'm going to say I want to make another column. I'm going to make another column this data frame. Look, How do you add another column? For example, I have this is my data frame. This is my data frame. Okay. I want to add a column in my data frame, existing data. Let's call new data frame. Okay. Let's give a value 1. 800. Let's see what's that. 1. So let's see. Another column has been added. Every values of this column has become 1. Okay. It's for demonstrating. So create a new column, and what will be in this column? In this column, add the values of all HP, add attack, add defense, this column value, this column value, this column value, this column value. Let's see what happens. So we will get another column 300 180. What is the 300 180? It is the sum of this thing. It is the sum of this column. Sum of this column. Okay. 405. 400 is the 5 is the sum of the 5 columns value, 5 rows value of this column. Since I'm concerned about HP column, attack column, and defense column, and SP attack, SP defense. Those are the column names. You could have another name, speed column. Okay. So I have created another column by naming it anything. Okay. You can name it and you can name it as you wish. You can do it another. You can put it in a convenient name on yourself. Okay. Okay. New has been already added. So, for example, you want to delete a specific command. How do you do it? So you just drop the value. You just drop the value. You just delete that. Delete pandas column. Delete pandas. Delete pandas data from pandas column. Yeah. What do? You just there is a very easy short tutorials. I think. Okay. You just drop this value. Okay. df drop. You write the df drop. This is very important. Let's see what it does. You do not. You shouldn't delete this. You just drop this. By you write, go to the my data frame and drop called new. This new should be deleted. Okay, should I start? I'm going to start again. Don't worry, I will give all the recorded videos. Okay, if you somehow missed it, I will give those videos. Okay, if you want to delete some columns or row, what do you write? You write df dot, df means my data frame drop. For example, I want to delete the new column. So new. So what is exists comma? What is exists 0? It is saying you should concern 0 means concern about 0 means column. 0 means column. 1 means here exists 1 means row. Here if we want to delete something, delete some row, we will use 1 here. Okay, 1. What is this in place true means here? In place can be true. In place can be true or it can be false. If in place is true, that means update the already data frame. Okay, I mean update the data frame. You should always write in place true. Okay, 0 means concern about column. I am concerned column. Okay, new means my column name new. So let's see. In place true means it has already updated the column. What happened? New is not found in the axis. New is not found in the axis because new is in the column, not in the row. New is in the column, not in the row. So 1 means one means column, 1 means column, 0 means row. So go to the column, exists 1, delete the new column from here. Impress 2 means update the data frame. So let's see what happens. So there is no new column in my data frame. Okay. Do you all of you understand? Should I recap it? Hello. Okay. If you want to, for example, this is the same as before. If you want to delete some column, if you want to delete the total column from here, okay. For example, for today, I have already used another course, Pandas data frame, Pandas tutorial. Okay, you should check up this tutorial. I have used his code. I have used this code. Okay.
Note when you are filtering your data and you shrink down the data size is when you
I have used his code. His code is already hosted in GitHub. Okay, there is his code. So I'm giving this link. You will better understand, I think. You will better understand from this tutorial. Where is it? Let's go share here. Okay. So next thing we are going to learn, we have already covered this. If you want to delete some column name, for example, I'm going to delete some column. I want to delete the total column from my data frame, total column. So I do what I do. Save. It will not save if you only do it. It will be another thing. So if you want to, you must have reassigned the value. You must have reassigned the value of your original data frame. You have to save this here. Okay. So if you want to drop the total column from your data frame, what do? You do only drop column df drop dot columns total. Okay. So let's see what happens. The total column from my data frame or data set has gone. Okay, let's see another examples. If you want to know the columns names, what do? You write only df dot columns. Get dot columns. Df dot columns. Okay, you will know all the how many columns name you have. Okay. So in here, let's see another complex thing. I want to create again df total data frame. Df total data frame. So what I'm saying here, go to the list of first 10 rows and sum all the values of this column of this column. Exists 1 means column. Okay, let's see what happened. So what happened? The similar thing we have done before. The similar thing remember this code. This long code is the same as the now, but instead of like writing this way, I have written this way. It is saying go to the data frame. iloc is a function because I want to access. Give a colon. This is the row thing. Okay, go to the 4th to 10 column. Go to the 4th to 10 column. So First column, second column, third column, fourth column. It will start with fourth column. It will go to the 10th column, and I'm going to say there is some function dot sum all the values of exist1, sum all the values of exist1 of these columns. Okay, so total is now sum of this column. 405 means the sum of this column. Okay. So if you want to do another things in here, for example, if you do this, you want to create a data frame. Where calls is not defined. We didn't define calls here. So what is it doing? It's going to the call functions, all the columns, then list of the columns. So what list does? It makes all the columns in a list. Look at the list. Remember the third bracket and comma. All the columns has become list, a Python list. Okay. So it went to the list. It went first the fourth list. This thing name type 1 type 2 total list. It added the last list. -1 means go to the index last one of this list, legendary list. It added again 4th to the 12th column. Again 4th to the 12th column. It created a variable called df. Okay, so df is now has become the summation of the first 4 columns, plus the last column value plus the 4th to 12th columns value. Is it understandable? Hello? Hello? What is it?
ওই আমার এক ক্লাস আমার কপি পেস্ট করার জন্য ওইটা পড়াই লাগে।
Hello? আচ্ছা আপনাকে
হ্যাঁ
Hello? Are you there?
Go ahead.
Okay. How do you save data? For example, in Pandas, you save data frame by t.csv. For example, I have created data frame. My new data frame. I'm going to say my new data frame. My new data. Okay. So I'm again copying all the data frame I have. Okay. df copy will copy the data. So my new will be what my new will be. My new will be the same data frame I have. df.copy. Okay, so I want to save it in my desktop. How do you do it? After calculation, sometimes you need what? You need to save your data frame. I'm going to show you example. For example, I'm going to show you let's see. Okay, it's PT. Look at it. I have done you have to done everything in Pandas. Okay. So, for example, I have done some calculation in here. Okay, after doing some calculation, I have saved it. My final calculation is in this df data frame. Okay, in this df data, I have cleaned all the data set. I have done my desired things here. I have saved it. I have saved these things by 2CSV Noxol. For example, Noxol is my data frame. So I want to save it to CSV. If you want to save data frame by, you have to write to CSV. You have to give a data frame name. Let's call it my name dot CSV. So something calls my name CSV will be here. Let's see. T2. Look, my name.csv has appeared here. It already saved to your directory. It has already saved to your directory. Okay. This is how you save your data frame in Pandas. Okay, we have learned filtering. How do you filter data? It is very important. You must have do it. Okay. For example, I'm going to create a new data frame. I am going to filtering something in my data frame. Okay. Let's see what is new data frame. Let's see the original data frame df. Okay. What is the new data frame? New df. What I have done here is look at very carefully. I'm going to create a new data frame. I'm giving some logic here. I'm going to say I want only type 1 should be grace. In the whole data set, I want to create a data set with type 1 with grace. Remember the AND logic. This is the logic you have to put. And I also want to type to be Poisson. All the things called Poisson and grass should be present in my new data frame. And not only that, I also want HP, all the HP values greater than 700. So what has it has created? It found only 5 rows that matches with your condition. It has found out of 80 to 800 rows to 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that matches with your condition. Look at here. All the type 1 is now grace. What you have put it here? Grace. All the type 2 is now Poisson. All the type 2 is now Poisson. All the HP value greater than 700. All the HP value greater than 700. Okay. You want, let's say, I want to find TF log. I want to find total values greater than 600. I want to create a data frame which value, total value greater than 600. What I will do, I will write total, df total, df log, third bracket, df total. Which is greater than 600. So what is saying? Oh, I didn't end at the code. Okay, let's see. All the values, total values greater than 600 has appeared. How many data frame I have? I think I have 100 something. Okay. Do you understand? Not only that, I want to find how many grass I have, type 1 grass I have, which value is greater than 600, for example. So I will write, go to this column, this column, and find, you should have must have third bracket. Okay, it will ease your task. Okay, go to the total data frame. How many grass there is with value greater than 600? Type 1. I will write type 1. So grass. So grass. So I have to end my first bracket here. Invalid syntax. Look at here. What is the wrong? What is the mistake I have done? I've given an assignment operator. It should be a comparison operator. Again, it's saying invalid syntax. Why? It should be first. It should be last. Look, what a wonderful thing. What I've got. I found only 2 grass, which total value is 600. I have got 2 grass whose total value is 600. Do you understand now the logic? How do you sort filter data in Python? Both conditions should be matched. and matches the both condition. You can give it or condition here. You can give it or condition. No problem. No problem. Or condition. What or does here? What or operator does here? It finds only any of those condition meets. And is a very strict guy. He must, the both must have to be true. What or head does, it founds all the values greater than 600, but he also printed fiery thing, dark things, because all those values greater than 600 is printed. So if you want to strictly want your condition, you should put what and operator. This is how you log the function, you access the function. This is how you filter your data. Okay, conditional changes. Okay, now look at here. This is also, if you want to conditionally change something, if you want to change something, what it has done, look at here. So what it is saying, go to the total data frame, go to the total column and find all the values 500 and find someone call, and find also, go to the generation and legendary column, go to the generation and legendary column and add all values whose value is greater than 500 with test 1 and test 2. Do you understand what I've done? I'm going to be saying again. It's saying go to the data frame. He's gone to the data, went to the data frame. Lock it. df total. Go to the total column. He is went to the total column. Okay, fine. And find all the values greater than 500. All the values greater than 500. Okay, he have found some values greater than 500. For example, there is a 10 values whose value is greater than the 500. Fantastic. Now values greater than 500, put test 1 and test 2 whose rows value is greater than, for example, total, for example here total value is greater than 500. Okay, look at here, look at here please kindly. First he finds it. Okay, now the second condition I put here, generation and legendary. He will go to the generation and legendary column. He will assign, it is the assignment of, isn't it, as an assignment operator? He will assign test 1 and test 2 in this generation column of this value. Look at here, this is the 500, this is the greater than 500, it is the 600. He didn't do it in here. Do you understand? This is how conditionally you change things in Python. For example, I want to go the total if 500. I want to go that. For example, I'm going to attack column. I'm going to attack column. I'm going to attack column. Attack column. Also defense column. I'm also going to defense column. Okay. I'm going to say it A. I'm going to say it B. I'm going to say it B. Okay. So look at here. All the values, total values greater than 500. He went to the attack column and defense column. He had replaced the value of the attack and defense. Instead, he replaced value with by A and D here. A and A. Do you understand? He didn't do it defense. There is no defense. Sorry, it is wrong. There is a D. It should be defense. Okay, look at here. D and D. Do you understand? This is how conditional logic works. For example, you want to aggregate. This is important, very important. Aggregate things. You want to aggregate all the values. How do you do it? For example, I'm going to open modified column. Okay. Modified data frame. there is no modified data frame. It's saying for aggregate function. Let's see another my example. Let's create a data frame. For example, let's create a data frame. Okay, for now I'm going to, how do you create a data frame in Pandas? Is I'm going to create a data frame. You create a data frame by PD data frame. You give row name, column name, then you give the value. I have created list of value. Then you give another column name. You also put the value in here. So df is now another data frame. Okay, this is the data frame I have created. Animal is the column name, max speed is the column names, first row value is falcon, patrot, thing, this something. Okay, now this is very important. Group by is very important. I want to group by all animal value by their mean data. I want to extract all the, you could have 1000 row. So how do you group by it? So what I'm going to do, I will write, go to the data frame df and group by all the column name by its mean value. So it will create a single value. What is this? It has created mean of falcon. It has found animal named falcon. He has mean average those value 300 and 700 is averaged by 375, and he has got another name called patriot. Okay, he has also averaged by mean value. You can also do it not only mean, you also can sum it. You can group by sum. If you sum it, let's see what happens. Now falcon is 750, 370, 380 plus is equal to 750. Patriot 24, 26 is equal to 50. Do you understand? You group what group by is? What is group by? This is very important. You need it. Okay. A group by operation involves some combination of splitting the object, applying function, combining the result. Okay. So working with large type of data. Okay. Yes, fine. I'm going to separate the text file here. Okay. Okay. Modified docs text. What the hell? Modified docs. I think there is some data set is missing, for which I cannot showing these things here. Okay, what is this? These things. Modified CSV is missing in his examples. Okay, I will show it later. For now, I have covered the pandas things. Okay, it's not finished. Okay, let's see some example. Another. I have another quote. You can show I have installed another exercise for you. This is the most I think useful. This will be the most useful for practicing, for seeing what it does. Okay, Python exercise master. Okay, I'm going to open this, all those data things in here. Okay, Python exercise master. Okay, let's see here, getting and knowing your data. I think for today I should stop here. Tomorrow, this is the last thing. So many things, Panda. You must have know pandas very well. Okay, for data relation. Tomorrow I will cover this up. What do you say? I will cover this thing. All the tutorials in here. This is the best thing. Filtering, sorting, grouping, applying. What do you say? States, visualization. Hello? 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 Hello, are you there?
Yes,
Yes, we can
I
hear.
am.
What I'm going to say is, for today I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll discuss the whole pandas thing in another. I have another example. This will be very last.
ওকে ভাইয়া।
হ্যাঁ, কারণ আজকে হচ্ছে আমি যেহেতু এটা খুব একটা ইউজফুল না, মানে যে ডাটা ফ্রেমটা কাজ করছি, তো আপনারা হয়তো ভালো বুঝতে পারেন না। কালকে আমরা একটু বিস্তারিত বুঝবো। আর pandas একটু ইম্পর্টেন্ট, pandas is important. Okay, so after we get this thing, we'll go to what? Okay, for now meeting has stopped. We will cover pandas elaborately tomorrow. Okay.
ওকে ভাইয়া, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Okay, I will send all the videos. I have recording. I will send all the videos in a doc file. Don't worry. After the course, I think.
ওকে ভাইয়া।
Okay. First of all, we have to. I'm going to watch a video with you to know what is pandas, what we can do with pandas.
What is pandas? Number 3, how can you get pandas? And number 4, what should you expect from this video series? So number 1, who is this video series for? This is an efficient tool for doing so. Okay, so you don't have to be an expert Python user to get a lot out of this series, but you do have to know some Python. And because I'm not going to be teaching you, I'm not going to be focusing on Python itself during this series. Now, you can be brand new to pandas, okay? Or you can have some experience with pandas and you just want to get better. Either way, open source library in Python for data analysis, data manipulation, and data visualization. So all of those things were certainly possible in Python before pandas existed. However, I'd say that it's no surprise that after pandas came out, a lot more data people get excited about working with data in Python. That's because pandas just makes it easier to work with data. And I'll tell you a few things I like about pandas. It's got a ton of functionality. It's well supported by the community. Lots of people know pandas and want to share that knowledge. It's under active development. It's got a lot of documentation, and it plays well with other packages. So for instance, it's built on top of NumPy for numerical Python. So number 3, how do you get pandas? Well, if you just do a Google search for pandas installation, you'll be taken to this page, and this page shows you lots of different options.
Yesterday I had how do you install pandas? Okay. You have to install pandas in Jupyter Notebook by a command. Okay. So you have to write exclamation mark pip install pandas. Then pandas will be installed. Okay. Since I have already installed it, it will not install in my computer. Let's see. You must have to have some internet connections for installing some packages. Okay, let it install itself. Let's go to, first of all, we'll know. First of all, we'll know what, first you have to understand what is your data types, what type of data you are dealing with. Okay, so getting and knowing data, I'll go to this folder. Then for example, let's go world food facts folder. Let's go to this notebook. Okay. First of all, you have to import pandas, and also you have to import another library. It's for numerical computing in Python. I will teach it about it later. Let's omit this first. Okay. So I'm importing Python by writing Python import pandas as PD. Why I'm doing this PD? Because writing every time pandas is hard. It will be difficult. So I'm shorting it. Okay. You can read your data set by PD pandas read CSV read CSV. I'm reading this data from. Okay, let's. Yes, what it is saying that no such file or directory user reader desktop, because this data set is not present in my desktop. Okay, so where is it? Okay, for now let's copy data set into this folder. Okay, okay, let's copy this BD climate data set. Copy. Fine. And go to the sheet resource. I think this folder, I have to business is this folder. Just type it. Now I'm going to open this data set, for example, BD climate CSP. You don't have to write separator function for CSV file. You need to write BD climate.csv. Okay, the file has been loaded into the variable called food. Here the food is what it's called data frame or my data set. Okay, let's open this food. Okay, see, this is my data set. This is the station column of the climate station. This is the place, latitude, longitude, elevation. This is the date. It is precipitation. It's average temperature, maximum temperature, and minimum temperature. First, what you have to do, this is the first thing you have to do with your data set. First, you have to delete all non-values, outliers. None means what non-value is. Non-values means no values in the cells. Empty values, or it's the empty values. The outlier means those outlier means the uncommon. Think it is like the unreasonable data. That means, for example, you are measuring human's height. You are measuring human heights. So you have 10 samples. It could be 5, 6.2, 3.2, 5.5. It could be 6. It could be 7. In a data sample, for example, you got someone big 20 feet. So in this sample, this 20 is an outlier. Human cannot be 20 feet. Okay, this is the outlier. Also, you cannot someone with 0 feet human. Okay, height can be 0. If you find someone called 0, so height cannot be 0. So here 0 in this data set, in this data sample, 0 and 20 is outlier. So what do you have to do? You have to delete all non-values and replace outliers, or you can delete those outliers. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's open the food first. So here you can see this none. Pandas will tell you this value is empty. Okay, so how do you delete all the non-values, all the empty values in data set. It is very simple. What do you have to do? You have to write, go to the, save it in food. Let's call it food none. Okay. No none, no none, no none. None means the empty value. Go to the food data frame. You have to write drop none. What? Drop none function here. If you do this, all the empty values or the non-values will be deleted from your data set. The entire column will be deleted. The entire column. For example, here the 2 will be gone. This whole row will be deleted after you have dropped this non-value. Okay, let's see. Look, we had the non-values in the 2 rows, number 3 rows. This, so in this new data frame, you do not have the non-values in the 3 rows. So initially, there was 1922 rows. Now we have 1365 rows. 1365 rows. So what happened to those other rows? Because those rows had non-values. Those have been deleted by drop now function. Okay. You have to first delete all the non-values from your data set. Okay. By head, I have shown yesterday that by head we can see the first 5 entries. Okay. This is the first 5 entries in my data set. Okay, how many observation in my data set? What is the number of the observation in my data set? How do you see it? You write dot shape. You write dot shapes. Okay. I have 1922 rows. This is the rows, and I have 10 columns. I have 10 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This thing will give you the only observation row numbers. Okay. If you want to see the 0 rows, how many rows I have? I have 1922 rows. Okay. What is the number of the columns in the data set? You can know the number of a column data set by food dot shape. It will give you the rows and column. It will give you the rows column by accessing the second tuple. This is the tuple. Remember, how do I access the second list? By writing 1. Okay. If you write, it will give you the rows 0. If you write 0 here, it will give you the rows. Okay. This is not very important. Okay. If you want to print all the columns in your data set, what do? You just write your data set or your data frame, which is food now, dot columns. It will give all the columns. Okay. I have 10 columns. If you want to know what is the name of the 155 column, then you have to write, go to the food, then go to the columns and access 105th column. So because I do not have 105 columns, it shows rows. I have only 10 columns. So I want to go only, for example, I want to go the last column. The last column is now indexed 9. Okay, I have 10 columns, so my index will be 9 for this. It will start with 0. So when I will write, I'll write 9 here. It will give me this column, temperature mean, T mean. Okay, T mean. How do you index data? You just write food dot index. It will give you the index number. How many rows there? There are 1922 rows. Okay. So you can also know what is the product name of the 19th observation. I mean the 19th row. You can write it by, you can access it by, go to the food, Go to the values. Food means my data set. Okay, what is food now? Food means my data frame, my entire data. But I have loaded already. Okay. So it went to the food, this data frame. It got all the values. Then it printed out the 19th observation of the 7th column. The 19th observation of the 7th column. Okay, let me show it. You write, go to the food and show me the only 30 observation first 30 observation. Okay, so look this, look, do you see the 74 here? What I have printed? It went to the food, it went to the 19th observations, which is in this case 18 because it started with 0. Then it went to the what column? The 7th column. The 7th column, in this case, these 8 columns. So how do you get it? 74. How did I access? Access by go to the food, my data set, then get all the values. Let's rerun this. Okay. So you have got all the values in your data set. It is object data, all the values. And I'm telling this is the row number. This is, go to the row number 18th, in this case 19, and go to the 7th column. Go to the 7th column and give me the 18th observation. Okay, this is how you access, you load your data set and know the observations and how do you access. Okay, let's see another example of questions. Okay, this is nice. We are in the getting and knowing our data. Okay, first of all, I have imported my pandas libraries. Okay, if you don't import it, nothing will happen. Okay, you must import it. Import pandas as PD. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to load dataset, but in this case, now my dataset is not in the folder, but it can be in a website. It can be any website. Let's go to the website. Okay, this is the hosted dataset in a GitHub, in a website called GitHub. Okay, let's go there. Okay, look, this is the dataset. This is the dataset, but it is not in my Excel file. It is not in my CSV file. It is in where? It is in a website. You can also load dataset by a website. Okay, this guy have uploaded a dataset in a folder called date8b. Okay, it is called GitHub. You should check this out. GitHub is where people load, merge their code. Okay, this is the GitHub. You can also load here. You'll find so many examples, so many code for free. Okay, here. If you want to know, for example, Python tutorial. Okay, for example, Python tutorial. Okay, all GitHub, all the code people have uploaded here. You will get this. Okay, there are 20,000 examples for Python tutorial in here. Okay, but you want to know example by Jupyter Notebook. You just select this. Okay, let's go this tutorial, this website, this link. Okay, he has uploaded so many tutorials in here. You can see the code and run by yourself on your own Jupyter Notebook. Okay, look at this is the another Jupyter Notebook Python tutorials. You can just copy paste those code onto your on your own Jupyter Notebook. But it is advanced. It will take some time for you. Okay, where am I? Okay, I'm going to say read the CSV file and separate all those values. Look at here. All values are separated by a this what is colon, this is I think colon. Okay, okay, all, separate all values by this colon. It's not colon, what is this? What is this called? Oh, var, this is called var. Okay, go to this data set and separate all values by a bar. You can also, if you have the comma here, you can have comma here. Okay, you can have comma here. Then what you will have to do, separate those value by a comma. And this is the importance, the index, there should be an index column. Okay, or the index column should be user ID. User ID means this column should be this column, all the values, this column should be, this index ID should be my index value. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, it has been uploaded. Now I'm going to show it. Okay, look at here. This value has been indexed. So I've got age, gender, occupation, zip code. Okay, I have a data set. What he does, he's a technician. What this guy does, he chases 53. His gender is female. He does other things. Zip code, something like that. I have the 25th first observation in here. You can, if you write 2, you'll have only 2 observations. You can see the 2 observations. Okay. Okay, you want to know the last 10 entries. You know this by tails. Okay, tail will show you the last 10 entries. Okay, what is the number of the observation? How many rows you have? You have 943 observations. How many columns you have? You have 4 columns. You have 4 columns. In this case, 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column. Okay, read all the columns. If you write it user dot your data frame dot columns, which is user dot columns, you'll show all the columns in a list. How is the data set indexed? How do you index the data set? You just write user dot index. You'll get all the index. You'll get all the index of your data set. Okay. Oh, this is the same thing as I have shown before. Okay. Summarize the data set. Okay, this is the very important thing. Okay, this is very important. This is the descriptive statistics I'll call. This is the descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics. User, remember user is what? Our data frame. Okay, data frame. But I want to know what is the mean, how many data set, what is the standard deviation, what is the mean value, what is the maximum value in my data set. What you have to write, you just write user dot describe. If you write user dot describe function, it will show what happened. Describe, it will show there is 943 observation. All the mean values is 34, standard deviation is 12, minimum value is 7 in my data set. The maximum value has appeared as 73. Okay, those are the quartiles. First quartile, median quartile, third quartile. Okay. Now, for example, you want to know the descriptive statistics of a certain column. For example, users. Okay, I want to know descriptive statistics of each column, not all, but each column. So what do you do? Right? You write your data frame name, you give a third bracket, you give a quotation mark because it's in string value. Okay, string. You write just age. Go to the age column. Don't worry, the meeting will be end 10 minutes later, but I will again restart this. Okay, you write age column, then you write what are you saying? Go to the age column and describe it. Okay. Now what do you have got? You have got age column descriptive statistics. The mean age is 0.5. Standard deviation maximum value, the maximum age has appeared as 73. Okay. But if you want to know, for example, user gender, because there will be no statistics, because male or female. Okay. Occupation, let's go to the occupation. Let's see what happens. Occupations. Describe. Occupation describe. What you have got? You have got unique ID. Okay. There is a 940 observation. Unique 21 means, since this is a not a numerical number, but it is a string number. Okay. The data type is string. It will show up the top frequency. The top is the student, which frequency is 196. There are 196 cells called student. Okay. You can also do it by only this, summarize all the columns. You can summarize all the columns by user data frame dot describe. Include, you only have to write include dot include is equal to all. This will give you what? All the descriptions of your all columns. All columns actually will be appeared. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is not very important. You should check by yourself. If you want to know, what is the mean age of the user, you can go to the user, go to the age column. Look at here, dot. You have accessed the columns by dot age dot mean. Mean is a function. It could be median. Okay, if you want to know median, you write median. Okay, median is 31, but mean is what? 34. Okay, I think this is finished. We have learned getting and how to get and knowing our data. Okay. The next thing we'll learn filtering and sorting. How do we filter and sort data set in Pandas? Okay. Okay. Now we'll learn about filtering and sorting. How to filter and sort our data set. Okay. As like before, install it. I have to load my data set, which is here. This is my data set. Okay. Let's see this. Let's see this. I have got a big data set in. Okay. This is a data set which is hosted on a website or an online portal. Okay. Now, okay. Okay. So I'm going to say go to this variable. Go to this variable. This variable. This is the same as this. Okay. If you write it like this, there will be no problem. Okay. I have just assigned the variable into a variable. Okay. You can also write this here. No problem. No problem. Single quote. It has ended, should be ended with single quote, and separate all those values by a slash, okay. Okay, I have got my data set. Okay, so cheapo is my data set. My data frame name is cheapo. I have got cheapo. Okay, yeah. Okay, look at here. There is some non-values. Okay, I want to delete those rows with non-values. So what I will do, I will write cheapo drop now will remove all the non-values. Now non-values has gone. Cheapo. There are no non-values. Okay. So how many product cost more than, if you want to know, you want to sort out your data set, how many product cost more than $10, for example. Okay, product cost. Where is the product cost? Here is the product item price. You want to know how many product cost more than $10. So how do you do it? Okay, it means rearrange all those whose value is $10. So I'm writing a code here. Clean the item price column and transform it into float. Okay, I'm going to transform into float value. Remember the float value? 10 is the integer value, 10.00 or 10.01 is a float value. I'm assigning it into a variable which is called price. You can convert any data set by float command, by a float command. It will automatically transform your desired data into float. So I'm going to say, go to the value and take to the first to the last. I'm going to looping every value here for loop, cheapo item. Go to the cheapo, and then go to the item price. Temporarily assign those value into value, then float all the values, okay. Then what I'm reassigning the column with a clean price. The price is now clean. I have reassigned this value to clean price. I mean, this thing is now completely changed because I have again reassigned the column by these things after cleaning. Here I have done some cleaning things. Delete the duplicates in the item name quantity. You can delete duplicates by a duplicate functions. Okay, I'm going to say delete all the items which is duplicate. For example, here chicken ball is a duplicate. If you want to, if you want only one single value, no duplicate value, you drop by duplicates by a column name. You write your data frame dot duplicates. It will which value should I duplicate? Item value name, this item name, then quantity, then what? Choice descriptions. It will drop out all. It will filter all the duplicates value. Select only the product which quantity equals to 1. I'm going to select. So what you write? You go to this data frame. You filter quantity. This is the data frame. Okay. For example, this is my data frame. You go to the quantity column. You check every value which value is 1. Then you reassign again into another variable which called cheapo1 product. Then what you do? You query. Means query is a function, pandas function, which query every value in your data frame, which loop through or iterates over your data frame, which value is, I'm going to say query price per item. It is a column which value is now 10, greater than 10. Then show me the unique name here. It is it's like to advance. It seems like advanced, but you will get used to it if you do access. Okay, let's see what happened. Name price item is not defined. Okay, let's define it. Name price item. It should be not price per item. Okay, not price per item. It should be item price. This is not my code. I have downloaded this code, these tutorials from GitHub. Okay, so you can also check it. Float object is not subscript. আরে স্পিকার বন্ধ এটা। Are you listening to me? Hello?
Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Oh, sorry. I have forgotten totally that I didn't open this speaker. Okay. I am recapping again. So, okay, let's start. This is my data frame, which is called typo. I want to know all the values greater than 10 in my this. I'm concerned about this column, item price of my data frame, which value is greater than 10. Which value is greater than 10. Okay, so I will write a logic here, which is called go to the typo. Typo is my data frame, data set. Dot lock is a function of the pandas. Lock it and go to my item price column. Go to my item price column by typo bracket item price column and find show me up all the values greater than 10, greater than 10. So what it will show, a new data frame, completely new data frame, which every value in this data frame will be greater than, in this column will be greater than 10. Okay, let's see item price. First we had 3.39. It is gone, it is out, it's shorted. Now every value in this item column is greater than, it has found all the rows in the item price column which value is greater than 10. Okay, let's see. For example, I had around 3,000 rows here. Now I have what? I have only 1,000 rows. You can also save it into a new data frame. You can call a new data frame. Okay, new data frame, new data. Okay, if you save it, if you want, you can also new data. You can write new data here. Okay, this is a completely new data frame which has been shorted. Okay, you can also download it by 2CSV. For example, I want to save it by new .csv. Okay, so this whole data has been saved on my computer. Okay, this is the much harder. You can also do, for example, you want to know all the values less than 10, less than 20 here, less than 10 here, or less than 1 here. Okay, for example, find me all the item price whose value is less than 10. Let's see what happened. Okay, there is no value less than 1. Okay, let's call it 2, 3. Let's see 3. I have got only 300 rows which item price value is less than 3. Okay, those are the samples in my data set. Look here, no values greater than 3 is here. this is how you sort your data. Okay, this is how you filter your data. Let's go to now this example. What is the price? You want to know the price of the each item. Those are the items. What is the price of the each item? So you do some logical things here. Okay, like I have shown yesterday. Okay, first of all let's see these things. Okay, this thing. So remember, typo is our data set. Okay, typo, this is our completely new data set. So I want to filter it out. I want to filter it by, I want to delete all the duplicate value in the item name. Look at here, chicken ball is a duplicate. It's a duplicate. I want to delete this. I want to drop it. So how do you do it? You write drop duplicates. Which column I want to drop duplicate? Item name and quantity 1 it is the same. Only one instance will be saved. The duplicates will be deleted. Here, chicken ball for example has 2, only 1 will be remained or retained. Okay, let's drop duplicates. Let us see that filter at typo is not filtered. I had 3,000 rows. Now how many rows I have? Only 69 rows. Why? Because I have deleted all the values in the item name also in the quantity. So no duplicates value is shown here. No duplicates value is shown here. Okay. Let's read this. Let's comment out this. For example, I want to know, I want to show up all the chicken balls and quantity 1. This is my column, this is my row, all the rows with 1 and all the rows with chicken balls. I want to show this data frame. Okay, so what do? You go to your data set, you go to your column and you do some logical things here. Find all the chicken balls in the item column, item name column also, and go to the again quantity column, go to the again quantity column, which is this, and go and matches all the rows with 1. Find me all the values with 1. So if you do it this logics, it will find, let's see here, item name is every item raised name is now what? Chicken ball. Okay, nothing is present here, and every quantity is now 1. How do you do it? How do I do it? You do it by condition here. Go to the cheapo item column and find all the values chicken balls, and also find all the columns quantity which given to this one. Okay. Okay. Now let's see these things. Okay. For example, select only the products with quantity equals 1. You want to select all the products which quantity is equals to 1. So you go to your filter at, which is now this, which is now I have already, which is now this filter. After the dropping the duplicates value, you go to the find. This is the column. How do you access it? Dot quantity, or you can also access it by this, by third bracket, right? A third bracket. Okay. So what do? You do these things. Okay. See what happens there. You can access by dot column name, or you can access by third bracket, quotation mark, column name, a quotation mark, and third bracket. Okay, you can do it by 2 ways. Let's see what is. It has found all the quantities values equal to 1. All the quantities values equal to 1. Okay, I have sorted it by some logic. Here. Okay. Now I want to select only the item name and item price column. I want to select only the item name and item price column, and other column will be what? Will be gone. Other columns will be gone. Only 2. Show me up only 2 columns out of the entire column or entire data frame. Okay. So I've saved it in here. It is not defined. Why? Okay, let's define this. Okay, only 2 columns. It has shown you only 2 columns. Which value? Which only item name column and item price column. How do you do it? You did it by your data frame name, which is now this, and I'm going to say 2 columns. Show me only 2 columns. Look at carefully. I have used 2 third brackets here because I want to show more than 1 columns. If you want to show or more than 1 columns, you have to give or put 2 third brackets, 2 third brackets after your data frame. Okay. I want to sort values from the most to expensive, but I want to know which I'm going to show you that show me a from least value to expensive values. I'm to you do it by sort. How do you do it? Sort values. Sort values by what? By what column? Item price column. By item price column. This is the ascending means ascending higher values to lower values. This if you do it right, if you do it true, it will show up lower values to higher values. For now, I want to show most to less, higher to lower. Okay, I want to only show only first 20 rows. Okay. Okay, it has shown me up. What it has done is it showed me all the item price expensive. This is the most expensive item, which value is 1.88. Okay. Then the less expensive, less expensive, less expensive. Okay. 75, 77, 75. Now, a very interesting thing. Look at here. Every value is now same, but why barbecue bowl has come first? Why? Because Python has also did some sorting algorithm here. Because B, look at the B here. B. S comes before after B. Okay, so B will come first. But look at here again. BA and BA are same. Bar are the same, but it has shown barbecue bowl after barbecue crispy. Since B comes before the C in logic, so it has shown barbecue bowl first, then crispy tacos last. Okay. Similar things for here. Beggy same. S same. But soft, Biggie soft has came before salad. Okay. This is how sorting algorithms work. So how do you sort values? You do it by dot sort values by item price. Okay. To show up all the items price highest to lowest. Sort by name of the items. You can also sort it by sort values by item. I want to sort values by these columns. Okay. If you do it, all the values has been sorted by item name, this column. What is the quantity of the most expensive item in the order? You can also do it by sort values by item price, find the selling and head one. Show me up the highest, only one example. Head one, the first example of the highest price. So it will show the highest price of the item price is the highest item price in your entire data set is what is this thing, Katana's ball. Okay. If you want to know three highest thing, you do it by head. Head show me up the first three. It has shown you up the first three. Okay. How many times Reggie sent ball ordered? If you want to know, you go to your data frame, you go to your column name by dot column, and you have selected. Find me all the things called in the item price, Beggy and salad. If you write the logic, it will show up only there. There will be 18 example of the Beggy and salad in the item name. Okay. How many times did someone order more than one can of soda? Then you do it by go to my data frame, go to my item column, can of soda. Also find all the values, all the rows with can of soda. Also do more things. Do more things with find also quantity column which value is greater than 1. So if you do it, what will happen? Let's see. These things do this thing. These things, what it does is found all the values item names for can of soda. Also, and I'm going to do some logic here and find all the quantity values which greater than 1. So all the values greater than 1 has been shown here. Greater than 1. Look at here quantity. 2, greater than 2, greater than 2, greater than 2. Okay. This is how you sort and what you do. Filter your data set. Okay. Let's go to the group. Okay. Those things are not very important. Let's do Groupby. This is important. Apply important. Merge important. I'll show this ladder. Time series, we'll learn this ladder. Deleting not important for today. Okay. Alcohol consumptions. Okay, group by. What group by does? Group by can be summarized and split, apply, combine. Okay. What group by does is, let's see example. Let's load the data. Okay. This is my data set. It has this column, a country column B. this is the alcohol data set, okay, of the world. In Afghanistan, beer serve, how many people serve beer, spirit, wine, total liters of pure alcohol, and continent. Okay, so which continent drinks more than one beer on average? If you want to like this this kind of data, what you do, you group by all the values. Okay, how do you group by? I'm going to say drinks is my data frame, and group by the continent. Group by the continent. Those are the continent. Okay, I mean country. Okay, this is the what Asian continent. Asian continent. This is the European continent. This is the African continent. AF stands for African. This is a European. This is also African. Go to the all continent. Go to this column and group by all those columns. Show me up all those columns which for example, show me up all the columns beer servings. Which continent drinks more than one beer average? I am concerned about only beer, not spirit, wine, total liters, everything. Okay, alcohol. Now let's see what happens. So it has shown up African country on average drinks 61.47 something beer, I think. Asian continent this, European continent this. Let's see. You will know that European continent drinks more beer than others countries. Okay, south of I think then the next thing comes from this is the South American countries. Second place is South American countries. First comes by European countries. For example, I want to know which continent drinks more than one wine. For example, here wine. So you want to group by. Okay, how do you group by? You delete this. I'm not concerned about this column. I'm concerned about wine servings. Okay, this is the wine data set. Also, European countries drinks more wine than other continents. For example, I want to know which country drinks more than since country is a singular value, I think it will not what group by. Okay, let's see what happened. Country. So I want to group by all those country. So let okay, paste. I want to group by countries. Country. Okay, I want to those group by country which we are serving mean value. Okay, since every country is a single country, it will not group by your what data frame. Okay, so you have to only group by a convenient things. Okay, so let's delete this. For example, for which continent prints the statistics of the wine consumptions? Okay, you go to the data frame, you group by the continent, you go to the wine servings, and you want to know describe the statistics of this country. Okay, descriptive statistics of this country. So you go, if you do this, if you write this string, go to my data frame and group by all the data frame by continent, and go to wine columns. I'm concerned about wine servings and describe. Give me descriptive statistics. It will give you descriptive statistics. Mean, standard deviation, maximum value, minimum value. Okay. Print the mean alcohol consumption per continent for every column. This will be. I'm shorting my data. I'm shorting my data or reducing my data. Group by means reduce your data by mean, sum, or it could be maximum. Okay. I want to know the mean consumption of each country. So I'm going to group by continent and their mean value. Okay. So it has shown me mean value. So I can also sum this. Show me the sum value. Sum. So how many beer servings happened in a African country? 3,000 something. how many beer servings are served in the European country? This is 8,720. Okay, you can sum it, you can do mean it. Mean, I think mean, there is mean, no, there could be mean. Okay, mean, max, there is a max function. You should check up by yourself. Okay, group by, pandas group by. What pandas group by does? Pandas. Okay, let's see a video. Okay, then it will be clear. Pandas group by.
Hello, and welcome back to my Q&A video series about the Pandas library in Python. So let's jump right in and pull up an example, and then we'll use the URL bit.ly drinks by country. Okay, so let's take a look at this data frame. And perhaps one of our questions that we want to answer is, what is the average beer servings across all countries? Okay, so it's actually pretty simple to answer that question. All we would do is we would just say drinks.beerservings.mean. Okay, and now we can see that across the entire data set, the average beer servings is 106. Now, what if you wanted to actually look at this, look at beer servings by continent? In other words, you wanted to know how it varied from Asia to Europe to Africa. Okay, so this is where a group by is useful. So what we'll say is drinks.groupby continent.beerservings.mean. Okay, now all I did was added in a group by continent right into here. Okay, and what this shows us, that the average beer servings for countries in Africa is 61, for Asia is 37, for Europe is 193, and so on. Okay, so if you're trying to figure out how this actually works, this might help. So let's actually just filter the data frame by Africa for a moment. So we'll say drinks with bracket notation. I'll say drinks dot continent equals Africa. Okay. Now, by doing that, we're now only looking at the portion of the data frame that is countries in Africa. And all we have to do from there is say dot beer servings dot mean. Okay, and we get this 61 number, okay, that we've seen here. So all a group by is doing is it's filtering the data frame by continent in this case, okay, and then taking the beer servings and the mean. Okay, so this is really just an operation that's repeated multiple times. Here's Asia.
So I hope why group by is useful is now clear. Yeah. Okay. Let's see another example. You can do it by median, not only mean by mean value. You can also do it by median value. Okay. If you write median, it will show the median statistics of those columns. Okay. Mean, the mean, max. Okay. This is important. Group by all the continents and spirit surveying, and aggregate all the values, mean, minimum, and maximum. So it will aggregate all the values, mean, minimum, and maximum. What it does is it went to the my drinks column, my drinks data set. It's the drink data set I have. Drinks data set. Okay, now I'm telling group by all those continents. Go to the spirit serving column and aggregate. Aggregate means if you do so, aggregate something or sum up something. Show me all those meetings, all those mean values, minimum values, and maximum values. Show me up those value by minimum, maximum, and mean values. Okay. So all the coordinate has been shown. It's shown the spirit serving minimum value is in Africa is 16, Europe is 132. Minimum value is 0, maximum value is this. Okay, this is why group by is important. Group by is important. Let me show up a real world example I have used. Okay, that's why does I group by use it? Okay, let's go to this. Okay, let's go to Nigeria. Let's go to processed and clean. Nigeria new, maybe Nigeria new. This is here. Blocks. Okay, let's see here. This is very okay. I have a nitrogen dioxide data, which is NOx concentration data of some 9 cities of Nigeria. Okay. Okay. Here is the NOx concentration. Those are the location of my cities. Those are the months. It's not important. I have dropped all the values. Okay. Now I'm going to marks. If you want to know, if you want to show up only certain data period, I want to marks my data, filter my data set by value greater than April month and May month. I want to know only 1 month of 2020. I'm concerned about only April month. So I have marked it. I don't want to concern about the whole data. I want to take out all the values, which value is now what? April month. So where I have a date column here. So I went to the date column. I am going to say him that find me all the values greater than April 1st and April last. Okay, and means April last. Look at here. Okay, Marxist. Okay, okay, see here what I have done. Okay, so what I'm doing here. Aba is a city. Umayya, there are, okay, let's see, go to the location. Unique. I have what? I have 9 cities of Nigeria. Okay, so I'm going to say go to the location, all those location value, all the cities value, and mean all the NOx concentration. Mean me all the NOx. Here is where group by is useful. So I have grouped by it by location column. Look at here. I have a location column. It has grouped by all the values of the cities by mean value. So I have got the average mean value for Aba city, NOx concentration is this, for Benin city this, for Ibadan city this, and Umayya this. Okay, this is where group by is useful. I hope you got this. You can also group by, let's say, you can also group by what? Month. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Group by month. So there will be only the data frame will be grouped by or rearranged by only months. Months means concentration. Okay, let's see what happened. Look at here. Only 12 months has appeared. The January month has concentration this. The February month has concentration this. Okay, this is how group by is useful of your data frame. Okay, I think all of you have got what group by is. Okay, now let's go to apply thing. Master exercise. Let's go to the apply. Where apply is applicable. Describe. Let's see what apply does. Okay, Pandas one. Let's see what Pandas apply does.
Hello, and welcome back to my Q&A video series about the Pandas library in Python. And the question for today comes from a YouTube commenter who asks about 2 different concepts. Number 1, loc, iloc, and ix, when to use each, differences, etc. And then second, apply map and apply map. Okay, I've already got a video about the first of these 2, which I will link to in the description below, and that's a very important concept, how to use loc especially. But today, we're going to focus on the second, apply map and apply map. Now, before we get into the content, I just want to let you know you should stick around to the end of this video for 3 important. So we're going to start with map. Map is a series method, okay? And here's what we're going to use it for. And we're going to say female : 0, which means translate or map.
Okay. It's not very useful for this. Okay, I have got another data frame, but I will apply my while I will use Pandas apply. Okay.